I guess when I see someone else going through like a press thing, like if someone's like beating up on someone in the press, I just like immediately get really sad. Like that's because I know that's probably like blown out of proportion.
The single greatest magic trick Taylor Swift ever pulled wasn't a stadium tour or a re-recorded album. It was convincing the world she wasn't standing shoulder to shoulder with Blake Lively while the knife went into Justin Baldoni's back. Remember back in May when her team put out that statement? The one that said she had nothing to do with It Ends With Us? Never set foot on set? Not involved in casting? Not involved in creative decisions? Just licensed a song, same as 19 other artists. That was the story. That was what we were supposed to believe. It read less like the truth and more like something workshopped by 5 lawyers and a feelings consultant. Well, the court just unsealed the receipts, and I need you to see what Taylor Swift actually typed with her own thumbs, because it's bad. It's really bad. Let's start with April 2023. Blake texts Taylor asking for help. And when I say help, I don't mean a vent session. This was a call for reinforcement. She's trying to force script changes on Justin Baldoni, changes he didn't approve, and she needs Taylor to walk into a room and pressure him. Blake calls him, "This doofus director of my movie," calls him a clown, says he thinks he's a writer now. But the insult is just the decoration. The request is the weapon. Blake has secretly rewritten a script the director hasn't approved, a script that needs to be forced into production. She needs a heavy hitter. She needs the nuclear option. She asks Taylor to endorse it. But here's the part that got me. Blake writes, "You don't have to read it, of course." You don't have to read it. She's asking Taylor Swift, one of the most respected songwriters alive, to put her name on something without even looking at it. Because it's not about the writing. It's about the crushing weight of the name. It's about intimidation. And Taylor's response? "I'll do anything for you." So Taylor shows up at Blake's penthouse. Baldoni is there. He thinks it's a meeting about his movie. He has no idea what's about to happen. And we know exactly what happened because Blake texted Taylor afterward, like a victory lap. She writes, "You were so epically heroic today. I recapped every moment to Ryan. I kept remembering stuff. You making shit up about me and lenses, and referring to yourself as my doll. This clown falling for all of it, but also resisting it. You are the world's absolute greatest friend ever." Wait, read that again? You making shit up. They're laughing about lying to his face. Taylor Swift making shit up about lenses to manipulate a director into accepting script changes for a movie she supposedly had nothing to do with. That's not licensing a song. That's running interference in a hostile takeover. And it gets worse. 2 days later, Justin tries to smooth things over. He tells Blake he liked the revised scene and says he would have felt that way even without the pressure. He's trying to be professional. He's extending an olive branch. Blake's response? She doesn't take the hand. She drops the hammer. She tells him that Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift are her dragons, and then she writes, "We all benefit from her relationship with Reynolds and Swift, and you will too. I can promise you." That's not friendship. That's leverage. That sounds suspiciously like a mafia threat. She's telling her director that 2 of the most powerful people in entertainment will either protect him or destroy him, depending on how he behaves. The implication hangs in the air like smoke. Play ball or the dragons wake up. But wait, there's more. Because the music was the trap. April 2024. They're texting about the trailer, about Taylor's song being in it. And this is where the just licensed a track narrative dies. Taylor writes, "If Justin was strategic, he would be like no Taylor Swift in the trailer, because that gives you more power over the film. That's your ally, not his." She's coaching Blake. She's explaining that her music isn't just a soundtrack. It's a flag. It marks territory. She's telling Blake that Baldoni was stupid to let her song in because now Blake has the upper hand. She knows exactly how her brand works and she knows how to deploy it. And Blake responds, "You are so right. He should have run from your music. How stupid. This was his only shot at having the appearance of an upper hand." How stupid. That's what they think of him. They're laughing at him. The man gave Blake the lead role. He put Taylor's song in his trailer, and they're mocking him for trusting them. Mocking him for thinking a hit song was a gift, when it was a Trojan horse designed to strip him of his authority. But the worst one, the one that made my stomach turn, December 2024. This is 2 weeks before the New York Times drops that hit piece on Baldoni. The one Blake's team helped put together. The one designed to destroy him before he could even respond. Taylor and Blake are texting about it. They know it's coming, and they're watching him sense the storm. And Taylor Swift, the woman who built an empire on songs about kindness, about karma, about being bullied by powerful men, types this: "I think this bitch knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin. This bitch." Taylor Swift is calling Justin Baldoni a bitch. She's mocking him for sensing the destruction coming for his reputation. She's laughing at his tiny violin while her best friend prepares to detonate his life. There is no empathy here. There is no grace. There is only the cruelty of the untouchable. So let's revisit that statement real quick. Taylor never set foot on set. No, she just showed up at the penthouse to run the ambush. She wasn't involved in creative decisions. Except she endorsed a script she didn't read and lied to pressure the director into accepting it. She never saw an edit or made notes. But she analyzed the trailer and coached Blake on how to use her music to seize control. She didn't see the movie until weeks after release. But she saw the hit piece coming. She called him a bitch while waiting for it to land. Every line of that statement is technically possible if you squint hard enough, but morally, it is bankruptcy in press release form. And now Taylor's been silent. No photos with Blake, no public support, no statement, nothing. I'll admit it, I initially thought Taylor distancing herself from Blake was her drawing a line. But my gut kept telling me it wasn't real. It felt like one of her shitty songs. Vague enough to fuel theories, specific enough to look intentional, empty enough to deny later. But now we all know why it felt off. Because the texts are out, and she wasn't some innocent bystander who got dragged into this. She was in the room. She showed up ready to lie. She coached the strategy. She mocked him while they prepared to destroy him. She wasn't an innocent bystander. She was a dragon. Blake said it herself. So here are the facts based on the court documents. Undisputed by Blake's own legal team. Taylor called him a doofus and a clown. Taylor lied to his face. Taylor coached Blake on weaponizing her music. Taylor knew about evidence before it was legally obtained. Taylor called him a bitch 2 weeks before they tried to end his career. Taylor Swift and her team told us one story, and her texts tell a very different one. The only reason she's quiet now is because every word she says can be compared to what she actually wrote. Blake called Taylor the world's absolute greatest friend ever. I'm pretty sure Justin Baldoni has a different word for it. Like and subscribe. This is just the beginning. There are thousands of pages we haven't touched. The complete unraveling of Blake Lively is coming.
That's my opinion!